Hello and welcome to the Security and Network Tutorials for Beginners. Siavash is here, and in today's video we will explore the concept of Secure Access Service Edge, also known as SASE, which is a new approach to network security that promises to address the challenges of modern networks. We will delve into the core component of SASE, its benefits and challenges, and future developments. Before we start, I need to mention that the opinion expressed in this video are solely my own and do not express the views or opinion of my employer. So let's begin. In this video, we will introduce the concept of SASE and its evaluation. We will then detail its core components and the benefits of adopting SASE. We will explore the challenges and consideration of implementing SASE and conclude with a discussion of future trends and developments. So, an introduction to SASE. Let's define the basic concept of SASE. First of all, SASE stands for Secure Access Service Edge, a cloud-based security solution that provides a comprehensive and flexible security solution for modern networks. In general, the SASE is a combination of the network security and software-defined wide area networking, or also SDWAN, into a cloud-native service. The important things about the SASE should be the cloud-based security. SASE leverages cloud computing technology to provide a scalable and cost-effective security solution for modern networks. It provides secure access to applications and data from any device, location, or network, with key components such as CASB, SWAG, ZTNA, Firewall as a Service, and SD-WAN. So overall, SASE enhances security, improve performance, and simplify management. So let's take a look at the Gartner definition of the SASE according to the Magic Quadrant for single vendor SASE, based on the July 3rd, 2024. Last year, almost we were waiting for this year report, but as you can see, Gartner define single vendor secure access service edge SASE offerings as those that deliver multiple converged network and security as a service capabilities, such as a software-defined wide area network, SD-WAN, secure web gateway, SWAG, cloud access security broker, CASB, network firewall, and zero trust network access, or ZTNA. These offerings use a cloud-centric architecture and are delivered by one vendor. So that's the definition of the Gartner. We come back to this to have some review some capabilities, as well as look at that the single vendor SASE Magic Quadrant status for last year and this year, 2023 and 2024. Here are some history and evaluation of SASE. We must understand there is a lot of change in nature of networks. The digital landscape is evolving rapidly. The changing nature of networks, which are becoming more distributed, led to the emergence of SASE as a response to the new challenges and requirements of modern networking. I'll go and explain details on our topology sections. You will understand what are some of these changes our networks are. Obviously, SD-WAN is a big part of the SASE, so SSE plus SD-WAN make the SASE. And SD-WAN is one of the key technologies that have contributed to the development of SASE. SD-WAN generally enables more efficient and flexible management of network traffic and resources, especially in an environment when we have several hub and spoke like a HQ, several data center and branches. Cloud computing, as Gartner also mentioned, is a core part of the SASE. The rise of cloud computing played a significant role in the evaluation of SASE. Cloud service provide the necessity of infrastructure and resources for the delivery of network services and applications. Cloud is by nature is elastic. You can easily scale up and down your service, and SASE really use this as a benefit for services provided. Security as a service. Security as a service is another important component of SASE. By providing security service as part of the network infrastructure, SASE enables more effective and comprehensive protection against cyber threats. Key drivers for SASE adoptions. Obviously, when COVID happened, lots of companies started sending their employee to work from home. So remote and mobile workers, the rise of remote and mobile workers is another key drive for SASE. Um, these workers require access to corporate resources from any location while maintaining a high level of security. You want to make sure that all these remote users and user um, staff who work from home have a seamless experience regardless where they are located. Are they working from the office, working from home, or working from a coffee shop? Also, we got a increase in use of the cloud-based applications, SaaS, software as a service, and these services is a major drive for SASE adoption. As traditional network security solutions are not designed to protect cloud-based resources, SASE is a good answer for the cloud-based application increment usage. Comprehensive and flexible security solution. The need for a comprehensive and flexible security solution is a driving factor for SASE adoption, as a traditional security solution are often fragmented and do not provide holistic approach to security. Here also we can see we need a new modern approach for our new requirement in working environment. So let's take a look at the core component of SASE. You already understand that SASE is a combination of SSE, is a security framework. Technically, you must understand SASE is not a solution necessarily. Is a framework, is an approach to your environment. So SSE is a security framework that combines security functions such as firewalling, secure web gateway, and intrusion prevention system into the cloud delivered service. SSE provides more comprehensive and flexible security solution than traditional security appliance. One of the main reasons is because it's run over the cloud services and give you more elasticity and flexibility to provide your service security as a service over the cloud. Other component of the SASE is SD-WAN. SD-WAN is a networking technology that uses software to control the routing of the network traffic over multiple WAN links. Technically, SD-WAN provides a more efficient and flexible way to manage network traffic than traditional WAN technologies, and is a good replacement for some of the technologies enterprise working like MPLS or site-to-site VPN. So SD-WAN is another important component of the SASE. These are a part, usually we can see that even in the Gartner definition we saw, these are the key SASE components. SD-WAN, Zero Trust Network, the ZTNA concept as a grant access only to authenticated user. There is no trust in any part of your network. Even like if you compare this with traditional VPN, you just one time authenticate your user, grant access, and after that they got access to everything they need. With the Zero Trust Network access, which is different from the Zero Trust concept in philosophy, this is more strategic, or have to say it as more operational solution. You verify the users and only give them the as necessary is information and access they needed, and continuously re-authenticate, recheck, and make sure that the users need that just-in-time information. CASB, or Cloud Access Security Broker, has mentioned that the number of SaaS applications are increased, so we want to have a special control and protect the SaaS applications. Secure Web Gateway, SWAG, is block malicious web content, is one of the big usage of the many of SASE solutions in the market today. Firewall as service, it's a robust hardware-free security, is based on the cloud, so you have all the flexibility of the cloud, as I mentioned several times. And finally, the threat intelligence, which is you can provide a cloud-based threat intelligence service, provide real-time threat analysis and actionable intelligence to help organizations proactively defend against cyber attacks. These are the key components of action. So let's jump to the SASE topology slides. Okay, let's begin with SASE topology. In the first drawing, actually, what we got is usually the very common network for enterprise and companies these days. We got usually HQ, several branches, maybe several DCs, either on-prem or over the cloud. Usually sort of firewall is protecting over the edge the entire traffic, provide the netting to get access through the internet. HU and branches in DC usually connected through some sort of WAN technology like MPLS. You have access among them. Then there are some remote users using the VPN and connect to the firewall, some sort of to get access to their resources over DC, or in full tunnel mode. Usually they can go through the internet through the edge firewall on the HQ. Even in some cases, the branches may not have a direct internet access. They go through the MPLS, connect to the HQ, and then go to the internet. This is also very common topology. We see some companies still on this topology. So this is a very current situation we have in our network. Then several challenges are coming to the picture. For example, when the COVID happened, lots of companies started sending the users to start work from home, and even after COVID, then people don't want to go back to the offices, so they prefer to work from home, or at least in a hybrid mode. So the number of remote users are increased dramatically. As a result, there is a much more load over the firewall on a HQ. So usually the very initial response to this situation is, okay, let's all the remote users use the split tunnel. Let them go through the internet directly. If they want to get access to the resources, connect to the VPN, and this a little bit reduce the load of the firewall on HQ. But there is another bigger problem is usually rising in this scenario, because with the split tunnel, technically you lost control over that, controlling the traffic for your remote user. You don't have visibility. You couldn't control which website they can access. There is lots of your DLP capability will be dropped as a result of that, and you have to adopt the other solution for this scenario. And they also give a very bad user experience, because when the user are in office, they may get blocked for some website. When they're home, they can get access. So they don't have this seamless experience. Also, the internet ISP prices are dropped, so you can easily and find a cheaper high bandwidth link for your ISP. In comparison, the MPLS prices looks very high. They still need to maintain by ISP, so it's much more expensive. And also another consideration is a lots of SaaS applications, software as a service application, are increased. Everyone is in Office 365. They're using the various application over the cloud, even cloud services, infrastructure as a service. Like we got lots of companies start to move from the on-prem data centers to their cloud data centers, using that infrastructure as a service capabilities of the cloud provider, and move the services to the cloud, or even replacing the in-house application. You may not need any on-prem HR application, because there is equivalent over the cloud. So then you need more control over those application, more specific control, which usually happen by CASB capability. So your traditional firewall may not have that services. So as a result, when we want to adopt the SASE, this is usually the first step. We encouraged whoever want to start to use SASE, start with the mobile user use case for internet access. This is usually agent-based solution, but obviously we have a lot of users which just as a contractor, you don't have a control over the devices, or bring your own device, some sort of scenario. You still need to have some sort of like a proxy agentless solution for them, but the starting point is with agent. And to be honest, most of this provider like Palo Alto, Fortinet, SASE, FortiSASE, they're using the remote access VPN client with much more capability, obviously, for the similar. So Palo Alto using Global Protect, for example. Forti client is used for the FortiSASE replacement. So you can install this. Other company also same. So you can install this agent anywhere you like, on a server or over the workstation in your branches and HQ. And as a result, you need some sort of IDP, is either intra ID or Okta or some sort of authentication. This is very important, especially for ZTNA journey. So this agent authenticate with your IDP. Then there is a cloud console, as it says, it can be either GUI or API sort of console. You need is the single pane of glass for all your firewall requirement. You can define the policies, you can monitor your traffic, you can get lots of reports. And these firewall as a service, these security appliances use the cloud features, elasticity. They can easily scale up and down based on needs. And if you ask most of the solution architect, one of the biggest problem for them is sizing, the proper firewall sizing, or any network equipment technically. But with SSE, technically, these things can be very flexible. They can upside and downside when needed. So it's a big plus here. And there is lots of features like a CASB, which you can control all of your application, cloud application features, which is great. It's additional. Your traditional firewall couldn't do that. So this is the first step. Usually we take as a mobile user, connect through the agent to the SSE service. They can go to internet. But you may ask, how this user can connect to the, still we have some resources on the data center, how they can connect back to the on-prem resources or even data center on the cloud. These are this is another use case, which usually this is especially with app publisher, which is some sort of VM they can install in your VMware environment or any virtualization environment you got, and or some sort of like a site-to-site VPN. They can connect it through that the firewall there to the SSE solution there, and the user still within the agent can either go to the internet or connect back through this application to your data center application, the application you're hosting, and easily they can get access through the branches, HQ, and anywhere that your user are located. This also can be done with some sort of site-to-site VPN. Usually you have, but this is not doesn't have all the benefit of the SD-WAN. In this scenario, usually you have still your agent, your branches, HQ, and data center can connect through the site-to-site VPN, but it's got a very static nature. And this is a total SASE solution. You still have your SSE component, your agent. As a mobile user or remote network can have site-to-site VPN to the firewall as a service or SASE cloud, and you also have a SD-WAN as a full connectivity. You can utilize the full optimized path and application. Usually this SD-WAN must be the application aware, and as a result you can have application-based traffic steering. Lots of these SASE providers have machine learning and AI components for monitoring the user experience. This is a great point, because as a user experience, usually when you have a remote user, they may complaining that I couldn't open this application, I couldn't get access to a specific application on data center. So IT operation or IT technician with using this user experience can identify that even the utilization over this machine here, they can check the Wi-Fi quality of these machines here. They can control and monitor the WAN link or internet link, and even they can see the quality of the application. So this user experience are a real game changer. There are some other components like a remote browser isolation that lots of modern SASE can provide that. Let's take a look back at the Gartner document. These are some must-have capabilities of the SASE or single vendor SASE. They must have a secure web access via proxy, inline SaaS visibility and access control. These are when we have a much more application over the cloud, so you need more control. Identify context and policy-based secure remote access through private application. This is exactly where we have this app publisher, and we can publish our application and the remote user can get connected. A branch appliance that support dynamic traffic steering out of the multiple physical locally attached WAN interface with steering based on application, not just IPs and ports. So this is important when we have this SD-WAN component. Some vendors use their own firewall capability. For example, Fortinet can use the FortiGate SD-WAN features to provide the SD-WAN for their SASE solution, FortiSASE. Some other vendors, Palo Alto, using the same concept with ION devices. Some other vendor have that everyone in a single vendor SASE have some sort of boxes here. They can connect it to the SD-WAN. This data center either can be on-prem or even be on a VPC over AWS. It doesn't really matter. So they provide the connectivity for SD-WAN. The beauty of some of these boxes, you even can use the LTE or 5G connector. Let's say you have a remote branch which don't have a proper internet. So you can use the 5G to connect back to the SD-WAN backbone and provide full connectivity among your locations, and use this as a benefit of the SASE. Firewalling to secure traffic bidirectional across network. So this firewall as a service usually is played play role in a SASE environment, and centralized management that covers all of the above capabilities of the offering, enable visibility, troubleshooting, reporting, configuration, everything with the GUI. So usually you have a single console, you get connected, and you can define your policies. You can see that the user experience, you can see your SD-WAN situation. So they must have provide all the features you have here. There are some standard capabilities also. So unify management, deliver a single console, as I mentioned, the ability to secure end user browsing via RBI. This is a very emerging concept. There's lots of vendors start to working from the RBI concept. Technically, this is a situation that's the web security technology that neutralize online threats by hosting users web browsing sessions on a remote server instead of the user endpoint device. So technically, RBI separates web content from the user device to reduce its attack surface. When anything happens on a malicious website, it's happened on the cloud environment, so not in a machine environment. So they can use the sandboxing and lots of security features to prevent any attack from the browsing perspective. And sensitive data visibility and control, as a DLP is a big component for lots of SASE provider these days, and there are some optional capabilities of the SASE single SASE vendor, such as a network sandboxing, DNS protection, SaaS security posture management. So they give some sort of rate on a SaaS application over the cloud from the security and quality perspective. API-based access to the SaaS for data context and configuration information, application layer visibility and protection, and finally continuous adaptive risk scoring. Advanced network functionality including enhanced internet, private backbone transport, content delivery network. This is also very cool, content delivery networks, because technically, when you are on a SASE environment, when you want to set up your SSE component or your security as a service component, you can choose that regardless where are you can choose the several region for your environment. So when your user is today connect from the Canada, they can connect it to the nearest pub for that service provider. They can have a very seamless experience, very fast connection. When the user go to Europe or go to the Japan, they can connect it to that region firewall as a service. That's the beauty of the SASE. So we can sort of like a faster delivery of that connection. External DNS services, cloud on-ramp, and advanced branch networking feature. Because when you have sometimes when you don't have any firewall in the branch and using the SD-WAN component, as a previously called some box here, they connect to the SD-WAN, you may want to have some control over your east-west traffic among that VLANs in your environment. So this device must have some security capabilities, which most devices we working these days, they provide those categories and capabilities. So let's get back to our slides. Now let's take a look at the benefits of implementing SASE. The adoption of SASE can provide several benefits, including enhanced security and threat protection, improved network performance and efficiency, and simplify management and cost saving. As you see that in the topology, we got lots of those benefits. Obviously, SASE is here to address the security concern over the modern network, so it provides a more comprehensive and flexible security solution than traditional security appliance, allowing for greater visibility and control over network traffic. Features like CASB or SWAG, firewall as a service, giving that the seamless experience for the users and providing security, and much more using the flexibility of the cloud is enhance the security and threat protection. The SD-WAN provide the core as a core component of SASE provides a more efficient and flexibility way to manage network traffic than traditional WAN technology or even site-to-site VPNs. So SASE can improve the performance and reliability of network traffic. As I mentioned, you can have a multiple WAN link. It can be combination of the cheap several ISP for redundancy plus the 5G LTE connection to connect back for your SD-WAN component of your SASE. And also it simplify the management cost saving, because say the SASE must have a centralized console to managing the everything. So as a result, it's provide a more centralized and a streamlined way to manage network security functions. This can reduce the complexity. For example, unified policy management, consistent rule across user and devices, regardless where your user are they working from network, are they working from the coffee shop or from home, you can apply the same security policy for them, same URL policy, same threat prevention, and all the good security features can be applied with SASE. It causes a better user experience too. It can be faster and smoother connection. As an example I gave you, whenever the user is traveling, they connected to nearest path, which gave them the much more smoother connection and internet browsing experience. And so the cost of managing network security is reduced dramatically. You don't need to manage several hardware, several firewall in different places. One single firewall as a service SSE console, you can apply all your policies when the user connected to them, when the remote network connected there, they can get you need just apply those security ones. And usually when we talk about the SASE, lots of people asking how to start the SASE. This in the topology session, as I said, let's start with the small component of the SASE. Usually the mobile user is the best place. It can be done. You just need to install the agent on some control machine, provide some sort of authentication for connection between your SASE as well as your IDP, and the user can authenticate, and you can just define the policies and security profile and make sure that the user are secure. But this is I strongly recommend to assess your current network, evaluate WAN and security setup. What you have today is important. You can put some benchmark when adopting the SASE, identify critical applications, map out essential application paths, how the user need to connect it, where are your application located, are you using more SaaS application, or what's your traffic behavior for the users. Choose the right vendor, consider the top provider. Obviously lots of people in our industry don't believe on Magic Quadrant, but these Magic Quadrant and the other reports are is a good starting point. For example, here I got the Magic Quadrant is from the August 2023. Usually they got this comparison for a different quadrant: leaders, challengers, niche market, and visionaries. As you can see, these are showing some big player: Palo Alto, Cato Network, Fortinet, Cisco, and lots of other players, as you can see, comparing to 2024 reports, and I'm waiting for 2025 reports soon, early summer maybe. As you can see, the Kato Network, Palo Alto Network, Fortinet, Versa Network, Cisco, HP, Cloudflare, and Forcepoints at the moment are in a single vendor Sase Magic Quadrant of Gartner. There is lots of other player. There is another good report for SSE portion only. There were that which is technically don't have the SD-WAN component, but if you want to be on this Magic Quadrant, must have all the capabilities from the SD-WAN as well as SSE. So these are a good starting point when you want to choose that the vendor, and start small. Start with the pilot project. With the with mobile user, that would be the easiest for you, and scale up gradually. So expand the SASE across the organization. You can start with some champions in your environment, like any other project. Then slowly start to go to the connection after the mobile user start to connect the remote network. Then move to the SD-WAN, and then you have a full SASE. Another consideration, usually organization needs to ensure that their adoption of SASE complies with the relevant regulation and standards, such as data privacy and security regulation. For example, you must make sure that when you're choosing that the right region, your data stay within your country. Lots of country got that requirement for your data only remaining on that country, and don't go anywhere else. So almost all the SASE vendors I know that can provide all this feature from the compliance perspective. First of all, with SASE, technically you no need to worry about any patching or upgrading those firewall over the cloud. The service provider, the vendor maintain all those the firewall as a service component for you, and no need to worry. And they run on a very on a data centers, either public or private, with lots of regulatory and security certification. So you really no need to worry on that. Some consideration maybe we can have here is a complexity of implementation. Like any new technology, the adoption of the SASE can be complex and may require significant changes to an organization, network infrastructure, and security operations. But don't forget that our networks are changed. We with SASE you can simplify your enterprise network much more. Even some vendors claims that you can consider your network like a coffee shop network. As far as you have that agent for a SASE component on your devices, and they're following the standardized SASE security policy, not really to worry on the network. But just these are some consideration. Make sure that you plan for this. Look at this as a journey for adopting the SASE to avoid any disruption of the existing system as well. Next, future trends and developments. Obviously, there are lots of artificial intelligence and machine learning involved in lots of technologies these days. SASE technologies are likely to evolve in response to changes in network and security requirement. For example, the use of artificial intelligence and machine learning is likely to become more prevalent in SASE solution. As I mentioned about that part of the a user experience, lots of these automation machine learning can help there, even automatically give a more information to the user. For example, when the user complaining about couldn't get access to the specific application, this component can have a benchmark on an end user device, and give some warning or prompt, not really warning, prompt to the user that the problem is on your process or CPU, high utilization of CPU or weak wireless. So get nearest to the Wi-Fi access point. These sort of things especially could be on a user side experience, but also on a threat intel and security. As we know, this AI is starting to play more role in security and cyber security realm, and SASE technologies are evolving in response to change of network and security requirement. Cloud based solution are replacing traditional hardware-based solution, make SASE more flexible, scalable, and cost-effective, and the use of artificial intelligence and machine learning is likely to become more prevalent in SASE solution. There are some emerging use cases and application for SASE also we need to consider, especially from the IoT, Internet of Things devices. As SASE become more widespread, new use cases and applications are likely to emerge. For example, SASE could be used to secure the IoT device in an organization network. This is very interesting because technically SASE is supposed to be the application ever. So when the IoT device in your network, the SASE environment can make sort of just categorize the IoT traffic and then set some benchmark based on AI. It can have a better control over there. Also, prediction for the future of network security is SASE is likely to become the dominant approach to the network security in the coming years. Let's get back to Gartner report. As you can see that lots of adoption is going, but by 2025 there will be over 50% increase in number of vendors with generally available single vendor SASE offering compared to mid 2023. And also from we can see that this is obviously is coming. There is a much more adoption by 2027. 65% of new software defined wide area network SD-WAN purchases will be part of the single vendor SASE offering, and increase from 20% in 24. Some predictions are there from the future of network security. I think the SASE is here and it comes to stay. We will see more project and more discussion around the SASE. Obviously, for last 2 years, this is some sort of like a become buzzwords for a network security. So again, SASE is a new approach to network security. Each provides a comprehensive and flexible security solution for modern networks. So make sure that you understand the concept, start to digging into that. It's time to upgrade your network. You need to refresh your approach is more secure. If you have more remote users, if you have some branches coming up, make sure to understand that what is the concept. While there are challenges and consideration to be aware of, the benefit of adopting SASE are significant. You couldn't avoid it. As SASE technologies continue to evolve, they are likely to become dominant approach to network security in the future. That was some sort of like a SASE 101, the basic concept of the SASE, how it works. I hope this video is informative. If you like it, please share it with your friends. Cliche, like and subscribe my video, and thanks for watching. Thanks for your time to stay until the end of the video with me, and I'll come out with some new video and discussion. Feel free to reach out and let me know what sort of topic do you want to discuss. Bye for now.